Hi again, it's Mrs. Frey-Brunetto. Most of you know me as Mrs. Frey. And last week, thank you for unbelievable participation with all my students and even the video that my husband, Mr. Brunetto, and I did together featuring how to make hand sanitizer and mathematically averaging the alcohol percentage. It actually went viral, uh, pun intended, I guess. But I'm really happy to get this information out to you. And so today I'm going to bring Mr. Brunetto back so he can show you just one of many tools that you can use without really knowing a whole lot of math, but you can manipulate this graph and find out exactly what ingredients you need and what amounts for each one based on what you have in your house, if you do still have some of those supplies we talked about. Hopefully we will be able to get together and talk more about this soon. Spring has sprung outside. I have seen my first robin even up here in Caroga Lake, so we're very excited to share this with you today. So stay tuned.
Hi again, it's me, Mr. Brunetto, trying to help Mrs. Frey-Brunetto with her weekly presentation, and she asked me if I could go a little bit further with our mixing concepts that we were talking about. And last week we looked at a PowerPoint that showed how we could think about the concept of quiz averages to help us think about mixing alcohol to make hand sanitizer at the right average that we would like to achieve. And this was the last slide where we saw if we have 1 part aloe vera solution, or whatever it's called here, aloe vera gel, and we have 4 parts of 91% alcohol, that this will average out to be above 70% hand sanitizer, which is what we were looking for. And we related this to the concept of having a 0 on a quiz, but if we had 4 91s, the average would come out to be above a 70. And I also mentioned that there was a possibility that we could have a different combination of 0s and 91s that would change the average, and it might be closer to 70. So I want to show you. Let's see, let me get over to that right there. So here we are. And I'll explain what is going on here, but this is a setup showing the situation where we have 1 0 on a quiz and 4 91s on a quiz, and this tool shows us what our average is going to be. And I can move this and I can change this. And again, this is the same concept, the same mathematics, whether we're talking about quizzes or we're talking about aloe vera with 0% alcohol and bottled alcohol that's 91% alcohol. If I have 1 unit of aloe vera and 4 of the alcohol, we're going to get this average. But we could also, let me move it over here, if I went to 2, I'm going to try to stick to ounces and relate to ounces in all of these examples, even though it could be tablespoons. Mrs. Frey-Brunetto used tablespoons in her demonstration to show equal parts. We could use ounces, we could use cups, we could use bottles. As long as it's the same unit and we keep things in the same proportion, the average will work out. So right here I'm using 2 aloe vera, 2 ounces, and I'm using 4, and my percentage is coming out too low. So this would be like, I need more. Let me bring up the aloe vera, bring up the alcohol, or the 91% quizzes, and if I've got 7 of those with 2 of those, my average comes out to be above a 70, and it's a little bit closer to 70 than right here. And that lets us save. We don't have to use as much alcohol compared to the aloe vera. We might like to have as much aloe vera as we can so that it's more of a gel-like solution rather than watery. We also see, if I move over to 3, ounces of aloe vera and bring it up to 10 ounces of the 91% solution, we'll be right on the 70 right there. That average would work out. So if we did that math and added 3 zeros plus 10 91s and we divided by 13, this would be our answer. Well, if we want to make a alcohol solution that's above 70%, we would just need to add a little bit more. So if we're using ounces, or we'll just add just a teeny bit more and we'll bring us up above the 70%. So we can do that. Now, this was based on, we talked about using a 91% alcohol solution, but people might have different amounts of alcohol in their solution. And I made a graph that lets us work with different percentages. And I'm starting off right here. On the bottom, we're going to read, select the percent alcohol that's in the bottle. And so I'm starting with the 91%, just like we've been using. What we're doing here is we're going to keep 1 ounce, 1 part, it could be 1 cup again, 1 tablespoon, 1 whatever, but I'm going to stick to ounces. So we'll just keep it all the same and think in terms of ounces, but you can change it to whatever you want. Just do the same for both of them. So we're going to keep 1 ounce of the aloe vera liquid, and now the question is, how much of the alcohol are we going to have to add to it? How many ounces of that to get the right mixture? And we want to stay in the green area. So this was our example where we saw if I have 4 parts, 4 ounces of 91% together with the 1 ounce of the aloe vera at 0%, our solution comes out to be a 72.8% average. Now, what we could do if we had some flexibility when we're mixing things, we can stay at the 91%. We're still always going to be using, in this tool here, in this graph, we're sticking to 1 ounce. This isn't going to change of the aloe vera, but what we can change is how much of the bottled alcohol we're using. This says if we use 3.5, I don't know if you can see that over there, 3.5 ounces of 91% solution, we'll end up with a 70.8%. So we're still above 70, and we didn't use as much. We didn't need to use a full 4. We can use 3.5 ounces. Okay. But as I was saying, people have different percentages of alcohol. So let's say you actually had a 98% alcohol solution to work with. And so you could add that to the aloe vera, to the 1 ounce of aloe vera. And we're seeing here, let me read over here on the side, if I use 2.5 ounces of the 98% solution with our 1 ounce of aloe vera that has no alcohol, we'll be exactly at a 70%. So we don't need as much, we only need 2.5. And if we add a little bit more, and we happen to use more, we used 3, and even 3 ounces, because we don't want to measure halves maybe, this would show us we're now up to 73.5% if we use 3 ounces of the 98%. Well, what if you only have an 85% alcohol? Well, let's come down here, 85% alcohol, and I want to go up to the green area. All right. Okay, I'm just above right here. What are we using right here? 4.7 ounces. Well, if I have a measuring device that I can measure accurately to the 1/10 of an ounce, I guess I've got it right here. With my 1 ounce of aloe vera, I'll add 4.7 ounces of the 85%, and I'm good. Maybe I don't have a measuring device that precise, so maybe I'm going to come up right to an even 5. 5 ounces, 5 parts of the 85% alcohol with 1 ounce of the aloe vera would give us this percentage in the solution. So here's a tool. This is how it works, and you can get familiar with it, move it around, and see how the percentages change. And this is how math is looking more and more, that we're using technology rather than worrying about how the equations make this. That is an important part, and we want to come to understand that. How does this picture get made based on some mathematics, some doing averages, and how does the equation all fit. I'll come back to this one here just for a second and show you. I don't want to worry about that too much. But here's where I was doing a calculation where I said I've got a 91% solution, I've got a 0% solution. I'm mixing them together and I want to be above 70%. So there was an equation, but I'm not worrying about that. That's not what today is about. And we're not worrying about the details of how to make fancy things on a wonderful graph here in Desmos. It was a lot of learning for me also with this right here. So I'm still learning, and it's really fun. I just have to come to accept that mathematics is changing, and it's not so much doing things on paper, but we are working with technology and trying to understand as things change, as we change one thing, how other things change. And this is what it's all about. I think this is a good place to stop. I wanted to go and show you a lot more graphs, but Mrs. Frey-Brunetto said that wouldn't be a good idea today. I think I've taken enough of your time. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you get encouraged to use a tool like this, and don't be afraid. Just experiment, and we make mistakes, and it takes a while to get the hang of things, and that's especially true with mathematics, but you can do it. You can get the hang of it little by little. If I can help you in any way, I'll be glad to do that. So until next time, be safe, take care, bye-bye.
So I really appreciate that my husband, Mr. Brunetto, made that wonderful graph for us to use in my Google Classroom. So I will be posting that for you all. And like you saw in the demonstration, you will be able to actually touch the point and move it around on the graph, which will help you to make sure you get the right percentage of alcohol content in your final hand sanitizer product. I think it's very important at this time. There have been a lot, as I mentioned last week, there have been a lot of bad recipes out there that are not considering the alcohol percentage in the isopropyl or the rubbing alcohol at all. In fact, I just saw one this morning that was kind of shocking to me because it was on one of the major news networks website on YouTube, and it was showing, it wasn't even referencing the alcohol percentage. So in order to be a good consumer at this time in this family and consumer class, I'm really promoting you use the tools that are available. You don't have to be a math genius to do it. You just have to move a point around on a graph. So it's awesome that he put that together for us. Thank you again. Bye.